Welcome to 2021. Happy New Year, everyone. This is probably the first video I've done this year. I've been focused on making some major shifts to be able to take the Kingmaker Enterprises to the next level and bring you all more empowerment, more inspiration, and change as many minds. Shatter as many limiting beliefs as possible. Tonight I want to talk to you about what it actually means to become the architect of your reality. That is actually my slogan, tagline for the Kingmaker Enterprises. Becoming the architect of your reality means that you are actively participating in choosing the way that reality, the world, your life experience works for you, not being a passive recipient of whatever happens. Your average person believes genuinely that whatever happens, that obviously, most sane people will take reasonable precautions to protect themselves and other things, but the overall vibe, energy, collective thought process is that if it's God's will, it'll happen. If the devil's trying too hard, he might get me. And I'm here to tell you that's not how it works at all. Not even a little bit. God imbued each one of us with free will. God, angels, universe, source, infinite intelligence, the forces of creation, whatever word works for you. We have been given not only the will, the ability to choose, but the physical power through our connection to the divine to literally create our own reality. But we don't do that. We allow life to happen to us. You get to decide how every aspect of your life works for you. Sometimes, and even I would say that I'm guilty of this, at one point I did that as it pertains to big things, but not as it pertains, not down to the nitty gritty of just my everyday experience, on multiple levels. It's funny because I had been meaning to do this video for a while now, months at least. And I was having a conversation with an old friend who I haven't talked to in a while. And she said literally to me, I just decided how the world was going to work for me or how my life was going to work for me. And I was like, exactly. That's exactly what we're supposed to be doing. There's other steps in the process, but it begins with you believing that you can even do that you get to decide how it works. If you never get to the point where you recognize that you are in control, then you're going to be manifesting or creating, because this is not a negotiable thing. You are constantly creating your reality. You may not take responsibility for it. You may be creating things that you're not even cognizant of it because of your own limiting beliefs, because of your past trauma, because of what you think is possible, what you think isn't possible, because of any number of things, right? But you're always creating, always. And we usually take a almost passive aggressive type of approach to it. Like, look what happened to me. Nothing happened to you. You did that. You did that. When it comes to your personal experience, you can't control what other people do. And it's funny, I was at dinner at this wonderful restaurant in Buckhead like 2 weeks ago. And I was having this conversation over some delicious grapefruit margaritas. I'm gonna have to post the food because it was really good. And the restaurant was beautiful. If someone decides that they want to do you harm, you can be a match for having harm done to you, or you can protect yourself by not being open to or available, because in your world, people don't get to harm you. That is a real legit thing. And I know some people are going to listen to this going, that's not how it works. Yeah, it is. And I challenge you to try it. But because we've been programmed since we were babies to believe in this magical, or magical isn't even the right word, in this reality where we are at the mercy of 50 million things that could happen to us on any given day, in any given circumstance. Because we believe that that's how the world works, that's how the world works. But when you believe that you are protected, that you are loved, that you are cared for, that it is impossible for someone to be able to harm you, their free will allow them to harm somebody. It don't necessarily mean it's you. They don't get to have control over your life, whether you live or you die or you're hurt or you're not. But if you are open to the opportunity, to the possibility that somebody can do something to you, then somebody can do something to you. And that's just one example. If you decide that when you eat cake, it works in your body a particular way, you get to decide that. The big issue, especially with things like cake, is that we'll look at it. We have this foundational belief about cake that we shouldn't be eating it, not very often, that it's going to go to our hips and it's not good for us, all these things. So because you believe that, then when you eat it, it has all those effects. But what if you believe that everything you ate nourished your body exactly the way it was designed to, and anything that doesn't serve you passes through your body without any harm? What if you honestly believe that that was an option? That may be too radical for some people, and that's fine. But I want you to I wanted to use an example like cake so that you could see that it doesn't matter how little it is or how big it is. You are in control. You are the architect of your own reality, nobody else. The sooner you start taking responsibility for what happens in your life experience, the sooner your life experience will reflect what you want. So I cover the specific steps, I want to say there's 9, to creating magic in your life. For you to be able to see tangible results, to physically have the life experiences that you want to have, where you become the architect of your reality tangibly in my course, The Creation of Magic, which is open for enrollment right now. There are payment plans available, so you don't have to worry about paying it up front, paying it all up front. You can pay it over months. And it's like $444 off too right now. So special sales price, get it while it lasts. But the very first step in any form of manifestation, the creation of magic, is what I personally call my manifestation process. And it doesn't matter what you're manifesting, it works 100% of the time. But the first step is to decide, right? Decide that what you want. But most people never get to that step because they don't believe that they get to choose. They may get to believe they get to choose what color shoes to wear today, what they're going to have for lunch, but not how they get to live, not how much money they get to make, unless it's all tied to, well, if I work really, really hard. But think about it. How many people do you know? Think about your parents, your grandparents, your neighbor down the street that worked all day, every day for the last 50 years and don't have 2 nickels to rub together. Whose family is hosting a fish fry when it's time to bury them. Hard work is not the solution to everything. It starts with what you believe, what you think. If you can get yourself, if you can first decide how the world gets to work for you in whatever way, just pick one. Pick something that's easy for you. And then you start to actualize, to put yourself in the thought process and the energy and the emotional state of the person, that version of you, who the world works for that way. You're going to see miracles happen. You will see miracles happen. And I highly recommend that, for example, if you're struggling around a particular subject, whether it's money or maybe it's weight, you've created some beliefs around whatever it is that got you to where you're at. Whatever you're experiencing right now is a result of what you've been thinking for way before today. My bun is coming out. So it's your responsibility to constantly reaffirm not just the thought, but the feeling of your new changed reality. If it's something like a shirt you want to go on sale, or something that you don't have any resistance around, the fact that every time you get to work, you get the closest parking spot. As long as you haven't been battling people for the last 5 years, this one lady, this one coworker always gets there right before you. As long as you don't have that level of resistance around whatever you want, it's going to manifest for you very, very quickly. You're going to create magic like that. If it's something that you've developed some contrary beliefs about, give yourself time to recalibrate, to affirm your new belief system. Go back to it continuously and often. And if you're called to, if you're interested in, if it feels like the right time in your life to invest in yourself, to learn a process that will help you from start to finish, creating whatever magical experiences that you want, then join me in the course, The Creation of Magic. It will be my pleasure to have you. There is so much that once you understand the process, that will immediately shift in your life. So much will change just because you have the information. You're going to start to look at life differently. And over time, additional resources will be added into this course, and you will always have lifetime access to it. So not just the information that's here now with the first however many modules, but you'll also get any adjustments moving forward. So anything gets added, bonus features, all of that you'll have. There's some other perks as well, but any questions, just go to thekingmakerenterprises.com. You can click on contact. Our contact information is right there. Reach out to us. I hope to see you in the course, The Creation of Magic. Until next time, sending light, love, and gratitude always. The Kingmaker.